the Orb of Souls item, voyages to obtain them, updated Kraken encounter, and the War of the Flame wrapper we announced for Season 19 in Insiders are all being put back into the backlog and development on them stopped.
I genuinely don't know where to begin with this. I always try to stay positive and avoid turning into someone who just farms outrage for clicks, but lately, Rare are making that incredibly difficult. As a creator covering this game, it's getting harder and harder to talk about what's happening without sounding like I'm hate baiting. Oh, Falcore just said something really negative about the game. He's obviously losing trust in them. Oh, Falcore just said something really positive about the game. Oh, he's obviously being paid by Rare to say that. But Falcore just made a really strange video. He's obviously running out of content because there's no content in the game. Oh, shit, is that a bear? Oh, God. No, no, no. No, no, no. Not in the bum. So Season 19, at least the original version of it, has been scrapped. The new Kraken event? Gone. The Orb of Souls treasure item? Also gone. And in development terms, de-scoped, which most of the time means shelved indefinitely. Maybe dusted off one day for a promo or premium tie-in, but not actually making it into the game. So what are we left with? A Last Ship Standing limited time event and a Bilge-Rat Weekender event, which starts off with resetting everybody's doubloons, and everybody's already really pissed off about that, and some Hourglass changes to carry us through until May. That's it. And honestly, that doesn't feel like season level content. It feels small, it feels like a filler, it doesn't feel like something that should headline a major seasonal update. Now, to be fair, the Hourglass changes are actually pretty solid. We'll get to those, but there's a bigger issue here. Over the last 3 years, we've repeatedly heard the phrase, "This update hasn't hit the mark." Not once or twice, dozens of times. I actually counted 42 times. 42 instances of the same admission. That's not a small slip-up, that's a pattern. And at some point, you have to stop acknowledging the miss and start questioning why it keeps happening. When something doesn't land, the response shouldn't always be to tear up the roadmap and redesign the entire system, but that's exactly what keeps happening. Now, the 3-act seasonal model is being abandoned after only 2 seasons. Update cadence is being reworked again. The 4th major shift in 2 years. Each time, it's framed as a reset to rebuild trust and refocus the team. But here's the problem. We've heard this before and before and before and before. Different wording, same message. We'll do better next time. Then the next time comes, and we're back to square one. It creates this loop of resets and reassessments, and the community is left confused about the direction of the game. Every reset chips away at confidence, not because mistakes were made, mistakes happen, but because there's never a long enough stretch of consistency to prove lessons were actually learned. At some point, it's not about changing the structure again, it's about committing to one clear direction and refining it. Lock in. Improve within the system instead of replacing it every time there's turbulence. Stability builds trust. Constant pivots erode it. For a studio that's been supporting this title for 8 years, experimentations with rollout structures shouldn't still be a core issue. The foundation should be solid by now. What's missing isn't another reset, it's conviction, follow-through, and a sustained period of delivering content that genuinely excites players. Because right now, it doesn't feel like momentum, it feels like hitting the restart button over and over again. Anyway, I'm not going to sit here and moan for the next few minutes. We all know it's rough, we all know it's not great. The YouTube comments, Twitch chat, and basically every corner of social media have made that crystal clear. And not just for this update, ever since mid-2024. The community has been very vocal about the update cadence. Message received, loudly, with caps lock, so let's not live there. Because credit where credit is due, the Hourglass changes coming in are actually pretty solid. I didn't manage to grab footage since the Insider build moved over to a hardening version for Act 3 of Season 18, which means the Hourglass tweaks have been pulled out for now, but I can walk you through them. First up, shrinking battle circles. As the fight goes on, the shroud slowly closes in, forcing ships toward the center. So if you're someone who enjoys gently orbiting the edge of the map, the second things get slightly sweaty, yeah, cardio day is over. You're going to have to turn and fight eventually. Tragic, I know. Second, when you vote up Hourglass, you'll get a special storage crate packed with a set amount of supplies, so you can jump straight back into the action. Supply farming has always been one of the biggest pain points for me. Nothing kills PvP momentum faster in Sea of Thieves than looting pineapples for 15 minutes like you're prepping for a fruit salad competition. I've got the exact supply breakdown for each ship type as well. Just remember, it's insider info, so it could change. I'll flash it up quickly, pause it if you want the details. There are also some matchmaking tweaks and other juicy improvements under the hood, and then there's the last ship standing event. 5 sloops thrown into a battle arena inside the Sea of the Dam. Absolute chaos. It is time limited, which is a bit of a shame, but it's confirmed to return monthly, so hopefully that keeps this arena lively instead of turning into a ghost town after week 1. Now, here's the thing, these Hourglass updates are good, but they're arriving 10 seasons after Hourglass originally launched. 10! That's not exactly rapid response. It feels a little like finally installing some smoke alarms after the house has already burnt down. Helpful? Yes. Timely? Debatable. And when you structure an entire season primarily around PvP, especially a mode that doesn't expand adventure at all, you're inevitably sidelining a chunk of your player base. That's just reality. Personally, I think revisiting neglected adventure features would have been the stronger play. But hey, that's just my take. What's more interesting is that Season 19's bigger features weren't postponed, they were de-scoped. That's a choice. We already know an invasion involving the GMU is on the horizon, and Season 19 wraps up around June, which just so happens to line up with major game showcases, including the Xbox Showcase. That timing isn't random. It could mean that Season 20 is being positioned as something much bigger. Now, I know, saying that right now probably feels like trying to hype up a birthday party after the cake's been dropped on the floor. The trust isn't exactly at an all-time high right now, and that's fair. But when you've covered a game for 8 years, you start to notice patterns. This isn't a sunset situation. They're not quietly switching off the lights. The project still has a long runway. Reportedly 5 more years of planned support, potentially more. It feels rough right now, it might even feel rougher before it gets better, but this isn't the end of the road. It's just another awkward chapter. Anyway, I'll keep you updated as more info drops, so please don't forget to play Windrose. I mean, hit the like button and gently harass that subscribe button. And I'll catch you all very soon. Happy sailing.